everybody and welcome to another video with Spartan086, and today I thought a wee change. I know I've got two modded vehicles in front of us and my last few videos have been about modded and customised versions, but I thought I would add a bit of history to it. So obviously on the left we've got a KV-1 which has a different paint job and some acrylic writing on it, and on the right we have a Sherman A1, and obviously it's got acrylic writing. So the idea behind this was that as something that's not usually done by forces of Valor, they haven't done anything about lease. I decided myself that I wanted to do it. So what we've got, obviously with the Sherman, you have the Sherman M4A1. Decided to make it jazz it up a wee bit. So obviously give it some Valor Russian green, did a wee bit of painting, did a bit of writing on it, and basically made it a whole new thing. Now obviously you can see both vehicles have logs. I'm going a wee bit more, you'll see it. The Russians were big on the logs for added protection, and a bit of protection as well to any infantry riding along. And you'll see with the KV, same. The reason for this was, well, the reason behind why I did this, I should say, was because I felt it was one of those stories that's been lost, obviously, with Lend-Lease, and how many vehicles the Soviets employed from obviously Britain and America. The majority obviously being from America. I mean, in Britain, I mean, we supplied them with the Churchill, the Valentine, I think in the beginning Matildas as well, Spitfires, Hurricanes, and they weren't much loved. They didn't really enjoy the Spitfire or the Hurricane. The Soviets had a weird connection with some of the weirdest things that we gave them. They really did enjoy, I think it was the P-38, no it wasn't the P-38, it was the P-36 Cobra that they really liked. And I mean the Americans didn't really employ that as much as the P-51, which is another one that the Russians weren't really keen on. For vehicles, they didn't like the Churchill, they didn't like the Matilda, but they loved the Valentine. They employed the Valentine in large amounts as a recce vehicle, as well as other aspects. So obviously the story behind the M4 in Russian service hasn't really been documented enough, I feel. The Russians are always known for the bad boy T-34 85 or the IS-1 and IS-2, but they never really got into the story of how many Shermans they employed in their push on the Eastern Front into the Third Reich. And the same with the KV. The KV was employed until a point, obviously, that the Russians realised that that it wasn't needed anymore. It was undergunned, it was underpowered, and the KV's set led on to another vehicle, which was the KV-85, which was supposed to upgun it. This in turn led to the IS-1. So these two stories are brilliant. I wish I had loads of time to go in it, and I'm thinking of maybe employing a better thing to the channel where I can do a bit of war stories for everybody and a bit of history. That is a good thing to have, and every day's a school day, as they say. But we're here about the models, so we'll go into that now. So obviously what I've done with the M4, I've employed a bit of Valero green, Russian green, a wee bit of white for the lettering, the numbers and the cross markings. I've then added almost a dirt and rust effect using both boot polish and Valero orangey yellow. The log effect is a basic employ that the Russians used for added protection to armour and for ride-along crew protection. The writing on the vehicles extends for quite a few things. I've actually forgotten what I put down. I'm pretty sure this is for Mother Russia. And the other part is Vaughn's Revenge, and oh my god, I actually can't remember. I'm so sorry, guys. That's terrible. Wish I could remember. Apologies about that. If there's anybody Russian that sees that and they know, please put it down. I can't believe I've forgotten. I did it, I don't know, about 2-3 months ago. I had it written down exactly what I wanted to put on the vehicles. I was trying to give it a bit of authenticity to obviously the passion that the Soviet troops had employed on their wording on vehicles to show their anger towards the invaders. You would see a lot of vehicles and a lot of stories as well, where obviously there was one with a Russian mother who lost her husband, and I think she lost her son as well. She bought a T-34 and she took command of it, took it to the front, and she did her part, you know. And I'm pretty sure I read that she had put messages all over the tank so that the Germans would know what had happened. I think she was saying it was for her husband, for what they did to her country. Obviously you read all the stories about how passionate the Russians were throwing out the invader. But it's interesting stories. So this is why I employed that on the vehicle, to give it also a bit of a backstory to it. As I've said before, obviously with Lend-Lease, it's not really covered how many of these vehicles were employed by the Russians, and overall I felt pretty proud of this one. I'm not the best at paint jobs, and I'm not the best at weathering. I got a few friends off of the sites, they do an amazing job. I'd love it if I could, because I'd love to put a channel up here where I could talk to you guys and show you how I do things and that, but I'm not that confident in the moment, so apologies for that. Overall, this is one of my favourite wee tanks now, and it's gone into the series of a diorama I'm planning for the streets of Berlin, where a large number of obviously Soviet vehicles are marching in, and the Germans are putting up as staunch resistance as they can before they're crushed under the onslaught and weight of the Soviet juggernaut. So, maybe you think to keep in mind. I hope you guys like this. Again, as I've said before, this isn't about me showing off. This is just showing you ideas that you can do yourself. I mean, a lot of people are doing 135 vehicles, they build them up, do that whole thing, that's great. But a lot of guys, like myself, I'm not that confident in the build. I've built a lot of 135 vehicles, and even when I look back, I think, oh, I should have done this better, I should have done that better. And I wish I had the time to build them all properly. But obviously I buy these vehicles, get a lot of them second hand, sometimes they come, and I have wee ideas that I'd love to do to them when I do. And it builds a wee bit of confidence to me, and I'm trying to show other ones who maybe fall into the same kind of category as myself what they can do and what the potential is that they can do. And I hope they do, and your chances are they turn out brilliant. So obviously I'll move on to the KV-1 and what I did. So the KV-1 has got acrylic writing as well on the side. Apologies again, I cannot remember for the life of me what I actually wrote. I think I actually didn't plan this, I just took it off the side of an IS or a T-34-85. You can see some of the lettering has started to fold away, which I need to get the paint out again and redo. Obviously it's got the log effect, as I've said before. The Soviets were big on that. On the other side you'll see red star, not the greatest, but it's enough to get by, and the logs. I've tried my best to put a wee bit of weathering to the tracks and the vehicle. Again, this was repainted in Valor Russian green, and I added a wee bit of shoot polish and Valero brown dirt to it. I did try to do a wee bit of the hairspray effect, which didn't turn out the way I wanted. I need to really look into that. But that, again, this is what I said, is what you guys can do with it is the big thing. So obviously as time goes on, we're now in the end of November almost. Where I am, we've just gone into lockdown again. Woohoo! So sadly the job I'm in now, I don't get any more time off. I'm actually within the health service, and my time is getting pushed into more hours, so yay. So probably won't be allowed to get his time to do as many videos as I like. I'm hoping that Forces of Valor will have out the new Stream Tiger soon. And as I said before in a previous video, I am speaking to them to see if I can get an early purchase and get it up so you guys can get a good look at it and see what you guys think and if you want to purchase it or not. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. As I said before, please like and subscribe. Any comments, anything you want to ask, please do ask. I'm always happy to answer. I try to answer as fast as I can. I can't guarantee that my kids, monopolising my time now as well as work. But I hope you're all well wherever you are, and obviously, like I say, we're in a second lockdown, and I hope you're looking out for one another, and stay safe out there. And until the next time, have a good one. Bye bye.